Hello, my name is Kortni King, and I'm here to let you know. How do I think people perceive me? Well, I know how people perceive me because they tell me. People think I'm scary. They think, I don't know. They think I'm intimidating, which is weird, right? But I think generally they perceive me well. But I do get that I'm intimidating a lot. Not very. I think everybody's perception is typically based on like their own experience at the time. I don't think it's that serious. I think it just kind of depends on the individual in the moment. But I do think how you are perceived is important. And I think it's important. I love to hear about myself. Like, I want to know how people perceive me. I really do. Like, I ask that a lot of times, or when I talk to my friends, I'll ask them about like, what do I sound like right now? I'm not really looking for advice. I just need to know like what's happening right here. How important is perception of my work and my image? I don't know if there's a difference between like how I choose to represent myself in business and in my personal life. Like obviously when I'm in a professional setting, I'm gonna represent myself in a professional way, but I don't not display my personality or like who I am authentically only in my personal life and not in my work. Because most people that work with me are connecting with me on a personal level, which is why they're coming to me in the first place. Most people that are going to work with me are really probably not gonna understand what I'm doing in the first place anyway, just because like that's how sales and business works. Like I have to nurture a client to the point of like being receptive of my work. So I kind of expect that most people are probably not receptive of it until they are. The biggest misunderstanding about me, you know what, this is a good story. The biggest misunderstanding about me is that I'm intimidating because I'm actually very friendly, but I'm not open to just like any and all energy. Like I'm not just like, I don't mind looking like you might need to see if you can come speak to me or not. Like I don't mind the barrier, whatever way that is, whether it's me, whether it's them, like I don't mind it at all. However, I just had this conversation last night that like I meet people out in public all the time. Like I have genuine conversations, authentic connections with people in random places, like all my life. And somebody said that never happens to them. And I was like, that happens to me all the time. And they said to me that I must look or seem approachable, which is funny because I guess I am, because people do approach me and like we talk and connect, but I am told a lot that I don't look approachable. But most people, after they speak to me, don't really have that narrative. Where do I start? Current life dilemmas, like today or like in general. One of my current life dilemmas is knowing when an opportunity is for me and when it's not. I think I carry myself in like an abundant, open, energetic way. So I feel like I get a lot of opportunities. People ask me for things, to do things, I get a lot of opportunities in business and personal, like everywhere. And I think it's hard for me to decipher which of those opportunities like I should go with and when is the point where I'm just saying yes to things because they're offered to me. Because I want to make sure that everything I do is like, I feel good about. I think I'm hypersensitive to just not, everyone like has their own selfish reasons for like why they want to do something, right? Like I do the things that I want to do. I say the things that I want to say. I assume other people are doing that as well. But I think I've just had experiences where I've found that not everybody is as authentic as they present themselves to be, or maybe not even present themselves, because they're probably not presenting themselves as authentic. But I think I always assume that everyone has good intentions, and I think my life experiences have forced me to be a little like protective of how and where I spend my time. I feel like I generally give off good vibes, and I think people might want my time for those reasons. If there was one thing I could change about my community, which the community I'm referring to like is my close friends, people, is just for everyone to be so happy and have so much time to be able to spend together, and like limit their distractions, and like everyone's just happy and able to decompress and spend time together. If there's one thing I could change in my professional community, which is like the people that I'm speaking to in my profession, or like my clients that I'm looking for, or who are looking for me really, if there's one thing I can change about that, is just like to erase the preconceived narrative or experiences they've had around fitness altogether, movement altogether, because it changes the way your brain's able to accept or respond to new ideas and movement. And like, just unfortunately, the human body and brain is like, you know, reliving these past experiences, either here or here. And it's just hard, not hard, but it's challenging to undo things to give you better. And you can see that when I'm training the client, like their old movement is preventing them from, or their old way of thinking about the movement is preventing them from moving forward. And so it's my job to like really try, that's the most challenging part of my business, is to like figure out how I need to speak to them, what I need to say exactly to get them from out of this old experience to the new one. How do I plan on becoming financially free? Is very simple. By not trading my time for money all the time, and finding other ways to make income without having to be present. When I see a homeless person on the side of my street, what are my thoughts? I'll be honest. My thoughts are just to not disturb their peace or whatever it is that they're doing, and try not to let what they're doing disturb mine, really. To be honest, like, I'm walking past their space, so I don't want to, like, I don't know, make them feel uncomfortable. I don't want to feel uncomfortable, but I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable when we're in passing. Why do I cry? Well, the first one. The last time I cried was, today is Thursday. I cried Tuesday night. When I typically cry, I'm extremely overwhelmed. Like, I was really tired, really hungry, like a baby, you know? You're tired and hungry, you just cry. Like, I don't know if my life made me cry or crying made me think about my life, but like, I think I cried because I was tired and hungry. And then because I was tired and hungry, I was just thinking about other things that make me feel sad. And then it just made me cry. But then I ate and I took a shower and then I went to bed. So it was good. Or when I'm angry. If I'm mad, I cry. But that would be feeling overwhelmed, so. Why do I laugh? And when was the last time I laughed? I laughed at the beginning of this interview when you asked me the first question, which was, how do people perceive me? Which is just like so funny to me. Because I could not even begin. Like, yeah, I gave an answer, but like people will say all kinds of stuff about me and I'm like, no way. I laugh when I'm around like people who are funny. I think I have an interesting sense of humor. It's kind of dry. It's kind of like sarcastic. When did I laugh? Yeah, I laugh all the time, thank goodness. I used to not laugh that much. People weren't funny around me, I guess. I don't know. I think it takes a second to make me laugh. Like most things that people like are like showing me on YouTube, they're like, this is super funny. I'm like, okay. I laugh at like myself. Or like things that like probably shouldn't be funny, I joke about with myself. Like my misfortunes are just hilarious to me. It's comical. I think I'm so comfortable with being like in some shit, like just things that happen to me that are like unfortunate is like I just don't take them so seriously anymore. Like I'm just ready to learn the lesson and move on or like get on with it. So I think I just kind of try to laugh about it or like find some sort of humor in the situation. And maybe not so much the situation, because it's probably not funny, but like maybe how I responded to it in the moment. Like I was so freaked out about something and it's just like, I'm over it now. But like, why was I so upset? That I can answer that question all in one, because I feel like how I do one thing is how I do a lot of things. Like if I'm open in love, if I'm open in my friendships, if I'm open in one area of my life, I'm gonna be open in a lot of areas in my life. If I'm closed off in love, I'm probably closed off to opportunities in business. Not that I don't want both or whatever, it's just maybe like my energy is not very open. I think to get growth, you have to show growth in every area of life. You can't just look for financial stability without having a stable relationship. You can't have a stable business if everything else in your life is unstable. So I think if I'm looking to grow in business, then I'm actively doing things financially, spiritually, emotionally, that kind of like are all on that same level. How I plan to grow in the next 6 months, personally, professionally, in every other way, spiritually, emotionally, whatever. Actively do things that I know I need to test about myself. Like, even if it's a little uncomfortable, I need to do it, see how I like it, move on from that. Because plans that I've had for like the last year, I wanted to do, but you know, life gets in the way, other things take priority, et cetera, et cetera. And there's just things that I never got to do this year that I don't know if I still want to do or not do. And it's because I didn't give them like little bits of attention. So trial and error always, forward movement always in all of those areas. But specifically in the next 6 months, I have very specific things that like I know and have plans for, dates for, to try, take notes on, and go from there. Give myself a compliment. I'm very proud of myself for not responding to things when I feel a little turbulent. And turbulence can mean happiness. Like, I don't wanna, I wanna feel grounded when I respond, to everything. And I've been giving myself good time, like space to do that. And it's been really helping me a lot. Yeah. That's it. Easy. Great.